You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices come. Hi yeah. Credibility, now we ability news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. The count on me, the count on we anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Follow me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV there before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. The count on me, the count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the view, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. The color we, count on me anyhow. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. Speak free and fearless, inclusive journalism. For the news we dey around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi yeah, voices come. Hi yeah. Credibility, now we ability news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. The count on me, the count on we anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Follow me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty TV. We stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Thursday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And me na Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today na Thursday, the 14th day of May 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we can talk about human rights na Salone. As early this week, the country, among many other countries in the world, Salone will present the latest human rights progress reports before the United Nations Human Rights Council, when at the fourth Circle Universal Periodic Review. But we want go beyond the document here where the country can go present to the international community. We want to can look at what practically they happen at the country where you talk about human rights. We can discuss that at this edition of the Breakfast Show. And also we go for can talk to the Electricity Distribution and Supply Authority, EDSA, as we see they don't issue a notice for say they go for shutdown Bumbuna because of the periodic the annual shutdown for maintenance. Well, also then the area we go for be affected, what they don't put in place for ensure say where they shut down Bumbuna for maintenance, the blackouts no pass mark pass away this. So now we can talk about that inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
All right, so we continue with the Breakfast Show, and owner self as citizen them. We go open the phone line since they get Edson at the studio for Lona go call, and when you call, make sure say you call your area. Waiting there happen there with electricity, because especially this past 2 weeks, plenty complained on the day from citizens them where they complain about the Pasmak blackout even before Bumbuna pulled the release yesterday for inform citizens and say then they get intermittent blackout because then they try for maintenance Bumbuna. So now all know during the rains the electricity they come out from Bumunda. But even before that notice, they don't really complain from one of the citizens them, especially in Freetown. So we go open the phone line them, let you call, kindly state waiting at the problem you area so that EDSA go hear you this morning. And also before we go that on Monday, we do a story we get for do with the alleged seizure of 40 tons of cocaine in Spain. And we may mention a newspaper publication from the Glenna newspaper where say a Sierra Leonean vessel, a fishing boat, will be owned by one Sierra Leonean by the name of Buba Nauri. Naing be involved in that particular boat day. But the Glenna newspaper don't pull another publication also then clarify say they not get no link between Buba Nauri and the Spanish cocaine ship. So we serve just one for make that clarification. They since we've been quote the Glenna newspaper then publication on Monday. So the Glenna don't clarify say they not pull any publication will link Buba Nauri to the Spanish cocaine ship. So just want for clarify and then apologize to the individual where they allege saying that him been get the fishing boat. Usai they arrest the Sierra Leonean them, and according to the Glenna newspaper, then say according to the Spanish authority them, then just reporting that 23 people they be arrested on board the ship, including significant number of Dutch national them, but they not mention any Sierra Leonean then they. So just want for make that clarification day, and also apologize to Buba Nauri because we mentioning him in that publication. They based on waiting the Glenna newspaper been published, but the Glenna say they not publish anything like that. So we continue with the Breakfast Show this morning, and you they watch and live na Liberty TV. Members say you say for the watch you this morning, go send we your comments, your thoughts on any of the issues them where we they can discuss. This morning we they look at the human rights credential under the bio-led administration. And before we go to that segment, so they can talk about electricity, as this now one major concern where citizens they don't they complain about recently, especially na Freetown. We don't they see viral videos of people they make video for show how the city dark and how then they complain about light. So okay, from EDSA, waiting at the challenges why the Pasmak blackout, although no say every year dry season, especially the dry season can one done and go into the rain season, the light business can really terrible na free tongue. But we can from EDSA and on ourselves the citizen, they'll go open the phone line at some point, let una call and state una concern them, and EDSA will respond to all of the concern them this morning before we can look at the human rights credential under the bio-led administration 8 years on. Will they continue the breakfast show?
All right. Well, before we look at all of the issues, then we firstly gonna courts for join with court reporter Mariatu Bangura as a update we on waiting happen at Magistrate Court number 2 before Magistrate Manso John Fona. We then say sentence one Abubakar Kamara for go 4 years at the Male Correctional Center. Let me just watch as Mariatu Bangura go update we on that.
Section 2, subsection 1 of the Domestic Violence Act 2007. Now law we talk say, if person where they inside domestic relationship with other person and do any act of domestic violence like physical abuse, sexual abuse, economic and emotional abuse, now offense we go make person go 2 years na the correctional center or fine when a 5 million Leone. And inside match this year, now 47 Robbie's Road Calbaton. Police allege say 123-year-old Suleiman Suba Kanu violates Section 2 of the Lasini Act 1916 and Section 2, subsection 1 of the Domestic Violence Act 2007. Tuesday, May 12, this case come up na courts for Seka 1 Lamrana Jabi, where police allege say in 40,000 euros property from him and he emotionally abused Lamrana Jabi inside a domestic relationship, where this make in Tina before Magistrate Man Sir John Fona. For answer to last night, contrary to Section 2 of the Lasini Act 1916, and domestic violence in a form of economical abuse, contrary to Section 2, subsection 1 of the Domestic Violence Act 2007, Act number 20 of 2007. After where the court read the charge to Suleiman Suba Kanu, the convict say in guilty of the offense, we make the prosecutor, Sergeant 8811 Wilson, tell the court say, the convict na first time offender and in no waste the court in term. The convict same way so beg the magistrate for tamper justice with mercy. After where the convicts don't beg for mercy, Magistrate Fona tell the court say, domestic violence na ti wey dey ambog with society, especially to woman and girl pikin them, and the courts need for take strong action so that it go serve as lesson and warning to other people them. For sake of all this, Magistrate Man Sir John Fona sentenced Suleiman Suba Kanu for go 12 months inside count 1, 12 months inside count 2, and say the convicts for run the sentence concurrently, including the term where it don't spend na police custody. For Liberty Online TV, Mina Mariatu Mbangura.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show from the reports in a court to the Canada studio and can talk about electricity. We get the director of communication from the Electricity Distribution Supply Authority, EDSA, Wena Sanepo. Also, we can look at electricity. Waiting really they go on. We don't see citizens, they don't complain past Mark 1, but the electricity challenge. And yesterday we see Usai then pull a release for informed citizens and say then go for they get intermittent blackouts because then they shut down for clean Bumbuna for prepare for the rainy season. As we all know, during the rainy season, Freetown they get major part of the electricity from the Bumbuna hydro. So every year before the rain season begins to them, EDSA can pull a release for inform the public say then they shut down. Well, we'll get Sanepo at the studio this morning. Good morning, Sanepo.
Good morning.
How is it going?
Well, we thank God.
How the blackouts?
Well, we manage the areas and they experience outage for a certain period of time. So, like we in the intro, at this time of the year, we can experience challenges, not something we can hide. I can always say not to secret society with the gun, or not to we self would work for the people of Sierra Leone. So we believe say the best form of communication, the best form of for be real and truthful to we consumers, and have come out, share the challenges with them, make them understand what's on day and what's on our plan for go. Then they'll be able to understand and we'll not go move ahead. We know say most times during the rains we not can get much challenges when it comes to power availability in this capital city, because we not get much problems in the provinces anyways. So but when we're in the middle of the dry, like now, so we can experience acute drop in the generation capacity, and it happens so as a result of the fact that firstly the water level in Abomula don't drop drastically to an extent that it could just give you 5 to 7 megawatts, and out of that 5 to 7 megawatts we therefore ensure say we make power available to Makene and Magoka, because now they line the traverse say it can reach Freetown. We know jump here almost in the park and Freetown. So we can get challenges for get generation capacity from Bumbuna. But also what take happen, we also get generators in Freetown. We get the Watila engines, we get the Negata engines, and also we get car power ship with the generate power based on a contractual agreement. But also we get solar installation, we get Planet Solar. Then of course now we don't the try for we don't energize new things, small, because they don't done that project. They're about for commission and for they don't commence energization, small. So yes, we know say people know they get the kind of electricity they require in them houses. And we know say yes, because we fully aware of that one day, and could be decide for bring a load shedding plan. We pull them out to the public. Yes, some man go talk say you get challenges with the load shedding plan. And most times I can talk say yes, we talk and say yes, you know mean say if you forget light today, you not get it means it's not deliberate act. It can be for other reasons. We can talk say we normal operations get for continue. We get for the experience breakdowns and network, get for experience falling poles, cut wires. I mean, we don't talk these people can with the sense now, they don't hear this often, but it is actually the case. We're not going for deviate from that, because any power generating entity in the world, once they use transmission distribution lines, the one they get for, especially when overhead. Underground can be a bit manageable, overhead can experience a lot of challenges. I mean, vehicles then would pass them, bang pull for them, cut wires can happen, corrosion can happen, can experience sparks on the line. That one is inevitable. We get for the experience of, even if we attain energy sovereignty, that one they go for the experience of the what's expected of we is how best we response mechanism they intact for ensure say as and they happen we able for attend to our resolve them. So this time, like I say, maybe we actually face challenges, and we are all part of it because we serve the consumers. But like I say, the way you talk about you reference the press release or pool. Yes, of course, every time at this time every year we can ensure say before we embark on the Bumbuna maintenance, even when we not get much generation capacity from Bumbuna, but we think to say we need to inform the public, especially residents of Makene and Maboka, because then they feed directly from that sheet wire would come out from Bumbuna, it can either drop to them before it can feed them. So they inform, but we also, in readiness, the minister don't engage the entities, ETA, EGTC, and the solar contractors of ensure say during this period, if it's possible, yes, we say the maintenance will take 10 to 12 days, but the minister they can engage fully for ensure say probably reduce that to if it's possible say cut down to half, but that's conventional ongoing. But I want to assure the public say it not going to take too long, as to don't indicate that the press is, but what to indicate not just a tolerance level for say if we engagements no all that and this could happen. But I want to assure the people and say yes, we fully agree. Say we need for get Bumbuna maintenance ready. Why we can do this now? Because one, the Bumbuna hydropower dam is managed by a contractor. When I will bill then gets at this time they cannot count them maintenance materials, them they don't count them expertise, them who can do the maintenance. And if they're not able to do them at this time, they're not able to do them in the range because now they're able for do the maintenance because the water levels they so low. So it will help them for do all the necessary maintenance and repairs so that when they rain the canal, we'll be able for fully get the generator capacity from Bumbuna without any challenges.
Let me look back, Nepo. Year in, year out, every time this period, we dey get you in the studio for can tell people them say one of the short Bumbuna down for maintenance. But for track progress, let me just say from the last time we've been host you on this same issue, waiting don't change. Well, like you go say now fresh thing this would tell salon people as per progress towards improving on the electricity, because we know one for like every year the host EDSA we dey hear the same thing.
So in terms of the maintenance, for say you say we go for the year throughout the existence of Pumbuna. Because just like you generator again house. If you're not maintenance you will reach at a point it's just a shutdown, a point you know we use it again. So we get for because we need Bumbuna, because Bumbuna is a major source of generation, we go for ensure say we repair, we maintenance as required. Because it gets scheduled with it for maintenance, the one that we can install the one that we operate with the maintenance then get a schedule. If that schedule pass with the non maintenance then we for prepare for a bigger problem. And we as a sector, and I believe also say as a government, will not go on for fairness in that situation for we're not able to maintain with state-owned infrastructure. So that one will not something we in non-negotiable. We get for ensure say we continue for the maintenance Bumuna, we will help for prolong the lifespan of Bumuna, we will help for generate power efficiently and accurately to customer them. So we get for continue for do that. But also you ask for what you knew what will happen at the sector. Yes, I would tell you say, you know, most times the energy sector now a sector we always involved in infrastructural development. And one thing about the sector is that you know they commence development today, people don't feel the effect tomorrow. And they take a time for let people then feel the effect of last year or 2 years ago. So I'm for sure. For instance, I just mentioned say they're about to energize the Newton hydro for the Newton renewable energy source. That one they would not start from last year. But now we can feel the impact because now we don't complete them. Now we do testing and commissioning. That is something new we not be a part of the energy mix. We get we work on Planet Solar. So Planet Solar self don't come on the grid. Now during the day most times people don't get access to electricity because we get the solar, we bring we synchronize them with Bumbuna and the generators, and we can get power from most parts and the capital city of Freetown. So yes, of course, we don't get, I would say 2 to 3 solar, different solar installations in the country. We knew, and of course, as I tell you, we also don't they work on the distribution infrastructure. Certain areas and they will not be able to get access to electricity. They don't begin access to electricity. We don't do a lot of rehabilitation, reconstruction. We don't install from last year to date. We don't install more than 70 transformers in the network now because we get areas and we don't expand. For instance, if book fees one area we get transformer don't expand, we use forget let's say 300 kV but don't expand. What we go for do? We can do assessments. We get we planning department. They can do assessments. Then they're able to arrive at what's required for people to continue for enjoy electricity in that community. So we don't do that. There are plenty of communities. If we don't do that, the people don't go get access because once you don't begin consume more than what you need for consume with the transformer the tolerate, then a problem the transformer will for accommodate the power we need for consume. So we are working on all of that. We don't change plenty poles, plenty cables, and work is in progress. As I talk to you, we are even working now for insurance. We electrify the peninsula and work in progress. Right now, as I talk to you, the department work day. So a lot of development will happen, and also even recently the minister go you go World Bank meeting, they are working on, there is this plan for ensure say they expand Bomona so that even in the dries, we will forget generation capacity from Bomona. So we'll get other hydro and solar installation. We're ongoing. Then this have something by next year. Most of them will come into friction. So a lot of activities are ongoing. If you go Lungi, we will install this even 10 megawatts of solar. Then the back, it go down not too long ago from now. So a lot of things happen at the sector.
In all of this progress we don't explain, so they go on EDSA. A lot of people, I guess you said they say we can tag you. They say we because myself no one we can always tag you. Where the challenges of electricity they be in social media, so many people can tag you. Waiting at this problem where they make communities them where they get the light. Even they complain say it go come, but you know go say it go. Before you go switch on, EDSA don't go. Now we even get the way how we do now we community then say you know for glad the way lights come. As you glad they go. What's happen?
Well, I don't know, sir, you get a particular information. But what thing I want to say is, say that time will be pull the load shedding plan. We kaya, we sit down, we discuss them. And I would say, yes, we don't go by that load shedding plan religiously. Although we are say, particularly in the east, we don't get challenges for ensure say we go by that load shedding plan. And the challenges we get, we don't work on them. Probably in a week's time. We will try, don't conclude for resolve and challenges them.
But at this point, also
but I go tell you, see, the central and the west, with the ensure say with the monitor that the load shedding plan is followed through. That one they want to tell you. Because what we say people forget power alternatively.
Yeah, even the alternatively, some community then they now the western and the central would go for days without electricity. So some if you they get them now on enough. So for example, the Kusai day now on enough. Where I call and check with EDSA and say me breaker overloading in a trip. These are the adjective. Wouldn't they explain to me? So there are major problems beside the load shedding.
So I don't know whether you call and complain because me you talking not tell me what I need.
I don't need for call you.
No, but what I say was say not to you one. We get communities them which experience breaker problem. So what think happen normally when communities experience that kind of fault, they report to EDSA. I don't know that you report to because now we get a lot of people who didn't personally the organize or they don't EDSA. So if you report the way don't tell me now, so we made it left here at the escalator because not to force now major faults around it. Now minor faults we can able to resolve them in a day or two. Because if not breaker, now the issue we can go we'll check the breaker. If you require for them replace the breaker, they can replace them. If you require for them maintenance the breaker, they can maintenance them. But yes, of course, if you get that kind of issue there, then it will trip. That's I tell you that because
so all the area the way they experience Dandy. Now that's not the reason it's tripping.
Yeah, if then get if the community you get tripping 5 minutes light come, 5 minutes light go, then probably they can mention something a breaker problem, they. And if una who they experience that kind of problems now the community, if I know we report them to EDSA, we not get means for notice we not the experience that one day. Right. So I make an ask and say probably not the wrong person you talk to because if you don't talk to the right person, that particular fault no they take long, not to major fault, not to transformer fault, not to panel fault.
I shall say not to win no more. They get some of them problems there. There are communities where they get loads of them problems that they don't even know the channel, how for put them complaining. So since you are here this morning, let me just open the phone lines, let people then call and tell you exactly the area outside and when last then get electricity and there's a problem. So you go take note of all of the issues then before you left at the studio, because as it is now, I sure say you safe don't tire with the one that will get access to you for the call you, the one that they write on social media for the tag you and then post them. So if you are listening, kindly call on the number 073 52 22 22. Call via WhatsApp 073 52 22 22. Now the number that they will for call and channel you concern or you complain as we get the director of communications from EDSA na the studio this morning. Just like from Sanepo, then they don't pull load shedding timetable wey mean say some community then forget electricity alternatively. So you can call now if your community get problem, you can channel the concern, and EDSA there this morning for address all on a concern them 073 52 22 22 and the number we for call we via WhatsApp. So you go channel you concern this morning to the EDSA man we dey with we at the studio. Hello, good morning. Your name and who side they call from?
Good morning, Mina Ibrahim. I call from Robert.
Yes, Ibrahim.
Yeah. So, the thank God we na bring Nepal for talk for this lighting issue. Believe you me, all day is them. They don't value we feel. They don't value we. No one for nobody speak. The cost of fuel high. Right now, like so they come Eastern for nothing. Like I said, absolutely. They don't come when I say this whole setting. You know they walk like Eastern. I'm not value we like Eastern. We are not value. We are not down there. Eh?
So wetin dey happen? Una no dey get the lights at all, or it dey come once in a while? How long una don dey without lights?
Don't pass 3 weeks light to the cancer. You know the mistake that comes. You don't pass 3 weeks. We don't call them big one the way and they under. Then they tell me say how the big one is there. Let the supply lights only na central and western. We eat them people they will not value.
All right.
For this is wicked go.
Nepo do you concern, yeah?
Nepo, I beg you. No light are we Nepo. Who don't get light? Don't lie. I beg you, Nepo.
All right. Many
Hello,
thanks.
caller. Good morning. Your name and outside the call from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and outside the call from?
Ibrahim Jallo, Batos.
All right. Waiting. Are you concerned about our streets?
We concern here is we get this light where they divide the Battle Street, I think by 3 parts. Now done from by Connaught, they get separate lines, then up by Seka Steven Street, the same lower Battle Street, they get separate light by Africell office. Then upper Battle Street between Seka Steven and Pademba Road, they get different lights now, not the same line. But we they don't say from Africell office to light Football Street by Connaught Dome. We light just like exactly how you explain. You light the car less than a minute or seconds. They go and they come back. That's the country more than 5-10 times before ever they stable for a while. It costs us a lot of things. Frankly speaking, it costs a lot of damages.
All right.
It a trip, one in, one out. Even if you like, the stable, the steady. It just go off and come on. We don't wonder exactly what will happen. Because I really want to talk about breaker, maybe breaker this morning. I understand the type of breaker I get house. Sometimes it is trip. We like the car, no, so pass put the breaker then down back before it come back. So
all right, thank you.
Really disturbing.
Hello, caller. Your name and outside the call from? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I'm really happy this morning for meet up this program. And really, the lights issue don't become like say the shape now by partition really. Because we then I want a new it don't take almost a month. No able forget lights. And people will depend on lights for do their businesses. And here we know they get lights at all. We know they get lights. So I really want to waiting at the problem for where they move the new there. No, they get lights at all. At all.
All right. Thank you. Nepo do you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, morning.
Your name and outside the call from?
Anim Alpha, the call from Regent.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Nepo, I know say this is a very tough job for Sidomianda, the defend, and the issues and they rise in front of we, just like how Khadija they say, we all they face almost the same problems, and I'm not say some we all they under the same breakers. Where lights they come, by the time you move, they don't go off back. to a point wherein this is sad because to a point wherein they damage property then. They damage appliances then. So when you sit down, they say something. I believe say now it's tough job for you because this is not your job. But I believe say you get for find a better way for communicate some events in there. So because it's that it hurts a lot of people. People they don't resolve their mind. Say lights not there at all. Yeah.
All right.
But the damage of some of their appliances there, so it's not going to pay some of them in there. And I believe say in the near future, we'll go begin to EDSA for some of them in there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sanepo still with me at the studio. Continue for call we and state your concern. Nepo go address some of our concern. And good morning, you name and also the call for.
Hello, good morning. Me Alpheus from Hastings.
Yes, Alpheus.
Yes, we are Hastings to get as well that last call I call from working. We get serious issue that Hastings light not the evil the cam. Then even if you light the cam, not the cam which is
All right, so don't lost that caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Albert. I call from John Street, around Dundas Street area.
What's in the happen in your area of the electricity?
And 1 week now, we know they get lights at all.
All right, Nepo do your area.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, call we on the number. They take few more calls. We'll come to Sanepo for address the issues them this morning. We citizen and they call for complaint. But good morning.
Good morning, Liberty TV.
You name and also they call for. Go straight and tell we waiting the happen at your area.
My name is Joseph Kano. They call from Regents Road, Lumley. The issue where you describe now still at the same day with the face Sherry Drive. Did they experience lights within 2-3 minutes? It go, it come, it go. So we don't really understand. The other issue with the face, they see one neighbor they get light, you know they get. So there's a serious concern for we as well.
All right, thank you. Hello, caller. You name and who side the call from?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
It's not from his side by Pastor Without. Yeah, I want to extra they know say the beginning they on exam and they will also like camp you know they. So if a lights know they how they want let the pick the study because exam they on now and every day almost begin they get paper. So if you don't get lights, how they go study? So now this question I want me let they answer the people of Leone because lights nothing and the way will not for don't graduate for again. And if they know they give themselves for do any other thing, may they know say picking they pass sit their exams. May they able for sorry for the one where they sit exam, may they give the light for able for study.
All right, thank you. Hello, caller. Good morning.
Yes, yeah, good morning. Now Alpheus is the first even as weird na Hastings, even if you don't like the cam 9 seconds, still you don't feel that normal routine now. If people they are like don't catch it, they go inside go to the light, don't go back. But when you go in, you never come again. So like this so serious, you don't pass so people why it's something close to a month, not the same thing about a bad one of these things.
All right,
this few when we come, we get some pull away link and these things. We the one for photo. We don't know if you extra global for do something towards that.
All right.
It's the community.
Yeah. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You name outside the call from?
Outside the call from Waterloo.
Yes, Hassan.
For Waterloo business, from where they put solar at the Waterloo police station, and light stuff for the car now Waterloo. So right at the police station they get lights, the area they get lights. We like take them inside seconds, so don't take them back and they get past how many days.
All right, thank you, Nepo area.
Okay.
All right, now come to Nepo for address some of them concerned there. We citizens don't call this morning and put forward. We still get Sanepo between at the studio. Today we look at electricity. Citizens know there is serious concern about the blackout, especially with the dry season they done now and Bumbuna they about for switch. Sorry, EDSA they about for switch over to Bumbuna. Sanepo, you don't listen to concern from citizens.
Yes, I want for firstly tell all the one name we don't send messages, we don't call and raise concerns. Plenty, thank you. I want to start by saying light business, not all man business. and right for let Oman get access to electricity. We fully aware of some of the challenges and some of the callers highlight during the conversation, especially the one from the east. We know say yes, of course, we get some challenges at the east. We have to do with power availability based on the load shedding plan. But as I say in my early submission, we as ETA, together with the ministry and EGTC, we don't meet, we don't commence work for ensure say then limitation that they will get at the east, especially from Chue till go Waterloo. Lord take for use of them. Because around then Wellington, Grafton, the area they can them better small. But especially from Chue to Waterloo, then they get issues past the other areas. But as I say, we don't commence work for ensure say we try for use of the issues and the well for the one that we call for central and far west and far west. Down there, then a minor faults based on the complaints, because if somebody say in they get light, in nobody get light, in they get light. I want to also clarify this, especially in a net. During the day, most times people they get light, but on net, if you never get light, you don't get light. Now because of the load shedding, we don't talk say na net with the load shed alternatively. We will do that because we will not get the demand outweighs the supply. So the only way we go for distribute the available capacity and ensure that people get lights without no challenge na following load shed. So if you can get transformers, so we they serve some 10 for communities, but then transformer they all get feeders. They get feeder connection. So we can put one feeder off, we put another one on. So you go see say you not get lights, but you did see somebody where they're very close to you, they get lights. That's because not to the same feeder on a day. So I only people don't understand that. But again, if the one day they make that complaint, if they're through to them conscience, they will also attest to the fact say if they don't get lights on a particular day, the next day they get lights on it.
But some community they just don't get electricity and they go for months without they not get electricity.
No, so the community they want to mention say they don't go for 3 weeks without electricity. Now people in at the east, Rokel,
so people in the east not
so,
supposed to forget lights.
Now they say even the 3 weeks, which respectfully, reach 3 weeks, because what you do, yes, we understand say it can go 2-3 days, people don't get lights. Except for areas we probably get major faults we will need for inject either transformer or LV panel. But I accept the fact say we get some challenges for ensure say we go by the load shedding scheme, particularly in the east part of the country.
Accepting the fact is good, Nepo. But from waiting on the scene at the dashboard, from when I begin the load shedding, how effective it be from waiting on the scene on a dashboard, because people learn experience a difference from waiting at can they say. So tell the people and waiting on the scene at the dashboard in terms of effectiveness and the load shedding.
So at the time when I become for explain about the load shedding, I will also talk for say yes, of course, ETA not go the all side at the same time for monitor the load shedding implementation. We get with teams them we monitor the implementation. But also the consumers them and then the beneficiaries them. So we also call on the consumers and for say, based on the load shedding scheme, if you know say now you forget light, you not get light, you also get a responsibility for reach out to ETA, because it's possible that sometimes now due to faults we not aware of, or sometimes a deliberate act and go erode down the out
but
entirely.
So
no, based on we monitoring, we see say effective, even though we can get small challenges, but we don't take care of that one day.
Whose area then the load shedding effective?
Especially in the central and the central west and far west. I mentioned now, Jesus, I say yes, I accept say the load shedding is not fully implemented in the east part of the country because of some limitations that we'll get in terms of power generation. But I want to be very emphatic now for say For the central and far, central west and far west, we don't dey monitor and we don't dey see say yes, people dey get power alternatively. We get people who don't go without power for 3-4 days, but most of them now force them we don't identify and we don't work on for resolve them.
What's not the
But
major
equally
challenge
so,
for the people in the east? Because people in the east as well, they pay for electricity. So if we're not able for say we're not get stability in terms of load shedding at the west or central, equally the one within the east for suppose forget them waiting at this major bottleneck.
So
we make the east they get challenged past other parts then.
So we get the major bottleneck was we get synchronization problem. We lead to limitations. But like I say in my earlier submission, we don't identify and we build them contractors in the country. They are working on that. And the Minister of Energy they at the neck for ensure say that is resolved quickly, as quick as possible. But also what we don't do, we don't try for ensure say the generator will get na Black Road. Let them fully energize them, because if we will get 7.5 megawatts and what you know we don't begin user now. If you go on a net as a journalist, you go see, you will even do yourself investigations on that. We don't get to Black Road if fully they on now at the same power in the east. For ensure say why should they work on this line limitation? East still get power. We still the same. Like I tell you, the challenge.
The same, but the power will you they say the same. The cities in them know they get the power. So if the same, why the cities in them they complain say the city dark? And I sure say you say when it's come, you they see how free it's on day. So if they send the power, why are the citizens complaining?
No,
now like they not like it, sir.
I want to be clear on this. I not talk say we not get challenges.
But you say they send the power.
I not also talk say all man they get power at the same time. I don't able for segment the areas and way they of grave concern, not just to consumers but even to ourselves as a sector and hold on the work on. I don't mention to you say the areas and way we feel say they would go by the load shedding religiously and will not change that. But also, Khadija, you know, I can talk say the light business, not to just ETSA business. The light business now all man business. We can always call on the consumers. Them say they also get, even individual they get the rights, but the rights also they follow with responsibility. We know say now we responsibility as a sector for make power available. There is no way we will get power seated, we know release them or will not distribute them to the consumers. No way. We self one for day in a situation we are in. The people are comfortable. Not make we work on energy sovereignty, because one for reach at a situation at a stage we are in. People don't go to call again say I don't get light to, I get challenge.
So now make we today you begin say them things there.
Yes, so now make I say
year in year out on the calm on the assure citizen and say this year rainy season go be the last rainy season, dry season. Sorry, where people then go struggle with power. The only time where EDSA are able to give people in power now during the rains.
No, well, no, I'm not going to say that just during the rains. Even now, we use power. I believe say even as you see now, we use EDSA power they use. Would they use power? What time for clarify? What time for clarify?
You don't see there on this studio on several occasions when me you know say na generator of the on.
No, but not a generator they use now.
Don't even go there.
I know for arguing.
You don't need for argue, but me and you know say there is no way. Many times you don't in this studio lights they go off by you.
The point of conversation now, or the point of discussion now is that we know say we get challenges. We not get the demand outweigh the supply. Of course, if you read economics, you know say once the demand outweigh the supply, then you get for look for a boiling point where you go evenly distribute what's available. Now what they do? We know the challenge. We know hide from the challenges. We not deviate from the challenges. But we don't accept for say yes, of course, we get generation challenges. We would work on. We don't accept say yes, we get some area them, especially at the east, we get line limitation challenges. We would work on. But equally so we want for make and clear for say we also send light to people based on the load shedding scheme, especially at the central, west, and far west. We know say in the east we get challenges them. We I don't highlight, we know they go by the load shedding. But I also tell you, say the minister don't seriously intervene, they don't call on the contractors and they don't come. They are working for ensure for say then line limitation they therefore resolve them.
Waiting at the timeline where una don't give the workman them, wait for me the eastern people believe say better days they come very soon based on the work we said they do.
But I also want to clarify this, Mabel. Not to say eastern they get light. Eastern they get light. Just as they get that they go over and above the number of days that we don't put now the load shedding scheme so they forget light. And we take responsibility for that one day. We're not denying that one day. We're not hide from that one day. Even yesterday we get some conversation on some media houses. We discussed and the director of technical services was so clear on that the American class. Yes, we accept it. We get some challenges.
The public see there.
Of course, yes, of course, not the issue that we can bring them up if we want. We can bring the director of technical services and discuss on the issue. It's not get for say anything they far away from waiting at they say, because that is the problem we are facing.
So waiting at the timeline for the workman them where they work for ensure say the eastern self then your load shedding be effective. Waiting at the timeline.
I believe say in the next 2 weeks they will so let me something very clear. You see the press release of yesterday. We talk say we embark on this on the Bumbuna maintenance and repairs for ensure say we prepare the dam for accommodate the water so that we will get the required output from that particular dam. The same expert then we come, then they in charge of operations and maintenance. If you read the press release further, it will tell you see they also they work on transmission line. If you read them further, we state them there very clearly. So that work they work on the work on the Bumbuna, they get other components of experts who work on the lines. So I believe see, in fact, the minister depend serious engagement for ensure say they get more experts and more personnel them for assist them so that they will close out on that time day. We know say from now to 10 to 12 days for we a long small and for the customer they will also go be accommodative. So now make the minister they use in authority now for ensure say we get more experts, more staff them for help for do that work so that we will close out on the time. Probably instead we get for come and explain to people them how the time get for look like. But I want to make them very clearly say this particular maintenance is thoroughly being monitored by the minister, by the ministry, because now EGTC, which is the company that them more they work with the operations and maintenance consultants and more they don't kind of work on the dam and also the line. But the assurance is, of course, immediately then 2 components of work complete, we they restore normal supply to the people and will ensure say we also increase on the monitoring mechanism. Because I tell you, some area they will don't discover that they have faults, don't know they report to ETSA. But again, that make even when I say we don't display the chatbot use. Now yeah, most people know they use the chatbot. And the chatbot now a quick means for let we get information. For instance, you know somebody in ETSA, you call them, you say you get problem. That person is not to inge for go solve that problem. You get for begin Fenwuda, it will report that fault to for them go solve. But when you report through with platforms them, and the record say you don't report. And the minister, the DG of ETSA, key directors them they monitor that platform and then they see the complaints and they look at the resolution timeline. So wait, the staff say they monitor them, it up in game. So we want for encourage people that may then use that chatbot say report to them get fault, who fault don't go 2-3 days, you don't get lights, you get a responsible for report to ETSA so that through the chatbot and also through 6672 so that they will go and check out and know what's the problem and resolve them.
So not to cause panic, but between the 18th and the 29th, where they do the annual maintenance na Bumbuna, this not to cause panic. Waiting people for expect in terms of the supply, how we go for time like, because if they are complaining currently, then Bumbuna get for can go into maintenance. How it go for time like?
So I want for let people know say this annual maintenance is not new. We do them almost every year and almost at the same period we do them. So waiting people for expertise, especially for Freetown, they continue with the same trajectory. You know, say we get a load shedding plan with the out to the public. They look at that load shedding plan, we look at what's available, and I believe say based on we discussions in the meetings yesterday, we also get for do a review of the load shedding and we populate them to members of the public. For me then understand clearly as and when then for the expect electricity during this period. But I for no say, maybe people don't say no cause for alarm. We still get the same operational module we day in operations now. We get car power get for continue. Most likely sometimes we will even ask them for increase on the generation capacity for help close that 5 megawatts to blank scam.
Welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show. Still get an Nepo. Nepo, what's happened just now?
Well, I think I was in the studio. Yes.
What's happened? Well, what will they talk?
We get power cut. That's a fact. So I don't know what's not the reason, but we'll look into that.
Let's say quickly, Mukhtar Basi, one thing we in like EDSA for, they're not the gile hype. You remember what I've been telling you begin talk? As you hype EDSA, the lights they go. That hype we hype and say we don't under electricity, you see the reality. That's what many communities and they go through currently. As soon as lights day, you happy, say lights don't they, here they go.
Well, I can always say, you know, you take one situation, you generalize them. So we even don't know what's the cause of the power outage we happen here. So obviously
every day it happens.
Obviously it is something I am going to pursue.
Every day
I will ask questions why power that is, then I will get an answer and I will give another feedback. But like how we discuss, we all know say we are challenged at this particular point in time, but we still hopeful say upon completion of the maintenance na Bumbuna, it will help us solve a lot of problems, because it's not just about the maintenance, but it's also about the maintenance and the repairs of the transmission lines as well. So we want for continue for appeal to we consumers them. We want for make them understand, say we serve no gladly as a sector. They're not able to forget 24 hours electricity at this point in time. And one for me, they know say we know we get the power, we should don't our ownership and give them. We want for continue for assure them for say and give them the comfort for say work is in progress. A lot of work they happen behind the room for ensure say we attain or we reach at a stage where everybody will get access to electricity without complaints. But again, we want to say yes, they still continue the load shed, but probably in a week we will do what we call a review of the load shed. We will send them to the people, even McKinney said for go engage them, McKinney Mabuka, because then they don't get the only source of them get the generators. I mean, yeah, you better we'll get other renewable energies and will come inside. We get car power, then we get we Nigata and what Silla machines and all therefore be synchronized for make them continue for supply power. So I don't think we'll get for experience much difference during this period, not Freetown. The only side we probably will experience more difference because then used to 24 hours, but now we'll get for also good load shed day now marking my broker. But I want for actually put in a Freetown, so no cause for alarm. Let we just be focused. If we get issues with lights, still reach out to ETSA. We will ensure say we publish the reverse load shedding plan so that everybody in Freetown will know the problem. If I'm on the east, the authority fully aware of the challenges that we people they face in the east, because we know say a lot of activities ongoing at the east and people they want 24 hours light at the east. And one for sure, I say we are working towards that. Recently, say when I see the Nant machine we come with, and we not put an outside at the east, we don't go install them, and we believe say as they complete the first 70 megawatts, now the east first therefore begin enjoy that power day. And if that 70 megawatts available, of course, that need to surpass which is required at the east. So we fully aware and we can build infrastructure at the east. We're able for cater for resting at the east.
But then in our future plans then?
Well, now future plans, but now I will call it also in a short-term plan because it's not too far from now. So and not just stop, but then we also they build other transmission infrastructure na Tombo, Success and part some Silent and Waterloo for ensure see we able to get a ring in with distribution infrastructure. A ring means to say if you get power na Success, if we send a power take go Waterloo. If you get power infrastructure na Waterloo, if you send a take na Chewy, take na Wellington, take na Central. So we don't try for would they build infrastructures now for able for close out on that ring day so that any side power available we can easily just power the lines and all sides will get access to electricity.
All right, Nepal, I'll just take the last set of calls before we let you go and come look at the next topic where they can assess the human rights credential of the country. Call back now the same number 073 52 22 22. Call the same number again. Show you area outside the state you challenge where they get and NEPO go respond to una concern them before he left for in the studio. This morning we look at the energy problem we especially Freetown they face now. So if you watch the show, now for just call you on 073 52 22 22. Now the number then the way for call we via WhatsApp and Sanepo. Go try for take down all the concern them also you dey waiting at the electricity challenge where you they get and we go try for make Sanepo take note of that day. So if you watch with this morning, just call we on 073 52 22 22. Now the number that we for call with this morning. Hello caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
We name outside the call from.
This now Almami, they call from Kisi. I'm really happy for all our hosts and therefore for the second time we business. I remember the last time I be host a given number. So me God and the Eastern yeah with the suffer they were waiting the most painful duty they're doing that this is part of this so from this barracks from all locals they get like almost every night and again we don't pass for the past four months before 5 months only by that suffer they should not get light waiting they do then they give for 30 minutes 1 hour 2 hours last week when a week before last week we Mr. Nepo we did that number for Black Road also we don't call road report this over and over. Now, then they said I would give it for yesterday for the first time, and they agree like past 4 hours. And the worst way they do, we wake, say they're really ready for weekend week. The barracks police station. Now we be in at the same line. Now what they do, they don't carry move them from one line, they don't transfer them at all locals. All locals they enjoy the lights. Who know they get light for the past 4 months. Now the present if all locals get light, the station they get light. So men who say they don't forget about we complete the show. Now this I want me Mr. Depo no if now so if now we by that so finance by this light here.
All right.
You see from Barracks Old Road, from the barracks, take come towards Bramali, we know they get light.
All right, thank you, caller.
Okay then.
Hello, caller. Good morning. Hello, caller. Come on here, your device. Hello.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume of your device.
Hello, caller. Good morning. Good morning. Hello, caller. Come on.
You name outside the call from.
Abubakar Ture at the call from Clifford Street, Texaco.
Yes, Abubakar.
Yeah, I'm concerned. They don't pass a month. We know they get light na net. And some of week ago, the night will for enjoy light no the day at all. Now, only the time you go get for few hour. Sometimes less than an hour, light don't go back. So they return home with no light. They sleep a blackout for the past 1 month. So now this we am concerned na play factory Texaco New Road.
All right, Sanepo,
We see that last caller the talk. You say old road by the barracks. You see that they get light every night. They get light, but we not they get light at all na net. Yeah.
All right. Hello, caller. Your name outside the call from.
So now we did nice. What did you carry to everybody?
No bad. Your name outside the call from.
Nice at Johnny. I call from Joy.
Yes, I situation that you
From
concern.
the past 3 to 4 months now, from first long term, we only they get lights. If they get lights, 30 minutes they don't take up. Now, so if you don't pass how many days now, Joy, I only get lights. Only they get lights. Nothing. Maybe the first months we pass, we not cook good food because you cook it don't spoil. We not book on wheels. People don't live for it. And I only eat good food safe now, Joy, na so light no day. Light I don't pass 4 days, we not get light. Then the house is there for go na the bridge and that so I see pull left for the yesterday na breeze. Say today na so you pull left, you don't do so. Nobody not can make up. So no say now we everlasting we not get lights again. They are the bakes and apple me apple for God. This light business me picking them no everybody because don't supposed to people that is lights not the.
All right. Thank you, Sanepo Doya.
Okay, thank you.
All right, that's going to be the last caller for today. Sanepo, these are the issues.
Yes, at least the last set of callers, I like the submissions, and because most of them be very, very transparent, I would say, because they accept the fact that they get light. Somebody even talks, say, during the day, they get light, but they say, well, they cannot host now, and they can get challenged with light, which is actually what I said in my earlier submission for, say, during the day, because we get the solar installations, that they also power, that the same power on the line, and it is synchronized with we grids them, then we send them to members of the public. So somebody talks, say, old barracks, they get light constantly, wise. Then they get light not only in this year, then get light for a considerable period of time. I'm for sure that person this year, as a regional officer, I will carefully look into this, because as I say, in the east now, from Chue to Watalona, we can get serious concerns. But the rest of the other areas, then therefore they get light on the load shedding. If issues, then we need to know why the issues then they come up, and we need to address them. So, Nanandi, somebody talk about the poll for them. I sure say them will not see them, but I will go again and engage them. But again, one for people they will say, in as much as ETSA they doing best to ensure say people they get access to electricity, we also they call on people. Some areas, Mabel and Khadija, they get blackout because of vandalism. I know we left this studio if I don't mention that one day. Even yesterday we discussed them. Now because of vandalism, we get people where they go, that they impersonated the outside, they vandalize infrastructures, and the more they vandalize, the more the returns they hit ETSA negatively. And of course, if they vandalize infrastructure, not forget for say transport power from one point to another. If you cut one point, you don't affect a whole lot of communities. We will go without power supply for a number of days. Sometimes they run into months. So we want to continue for call on the security sector, the police, the military, ONS may then also help we for the curb out some of them challenges that would they face, and also would they call on the public for let them own the infrastructures and that. Because for instance, we part of the public, not the consumers, and that they affect directly. So then also not for just pay lip service to the infrastructure. And if you see somebody there enter, they will not get the accreditation. You get a responsibility for intercept them and ask questions. We want for continue for assure the public say we will work towards the press release we issue out yesterday, and the timelines in the press release. We will even work for ensure say we complete that work before the timelines in the, so that we will restore power to areas and they get challenges them as quick as possible. We also they encourage customer them. We get a lot of people that will refuse for pay bills when it comes to consumption of electricity. We got a lot of people them day in, day out. Yesterday self, we they be partner CID the whole boku with the thief lights, we know they give for pay for lights. We also they call on them category of customer and they for make them patronize with ETSA, with the government of Sierra Leone, and make them pay, when they inculcate the habit for pay them bills them. Because if you not pay you bills, so you expect ETSA for continue for supply light, give you ETSA send a buy again for buy from the independent power producers and from the sister company like EGTC. So we are seriously challenged when it comes to that component. People know they give for pay for the light to they consume. So let we all be watchdogs. If you see your neighbor, the thief lights, encourage them to stop for thief lights. Encourage and make it to pay for lights, because the more you pay for lights, and the more you empower ETSA for able for change. For instance, somebody talks a pole them for them. We're not going to go again and begin ask people them for put money for them. We buy pole them for install them. We then pole here for them. Now we they go. Now we conduct repairs and maintenance out of the money that they use for what they buy lights, which we not even do. So all the maintenance that we conduct, all the repairs and we conduct now out of the top up people that they buy, will they do down the out of your money when they ask customer then get for pay money. So that make if you see somebody they do something not correct, you get a responsibility for report the person to police and report them to ETSA. So as we close out, I want for assure the people therefore say, yes, of course, they face challenges now, but I want for assure for say there is lights at the end of the tunnel, and we ensure say as we complete these repairs on Bumbuna and the transmission lines, as we energize, we will ensure say much more people get access to electricity than it is now.
All right, many thanks, Anepo. We join with this morning for come face the public and assure them say Unana ETSA still they work for resolve some of the issues. Well, that's Anepo, the Director of Communication from the Electricity and Distribution Supply Authority. They can talk to next studio guest, we Alfonso Bani, or they can assess the human rights credential under the bio-led administration for the past 8 years now. Waiting it don't do for advanced human rights, and that's what they can discuss now this next segment of the breakfast show.
For the news with the around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Our voices come. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. Follow me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like a nigga we fly. Liberty TV there before.
All right, welcome back to the final segments and this edition of the Breakfast Show where they come to you live on Liberty Online TV. And remember, see yourself for the watch the show, get the opportunity for dropping your message about the topic where we discuss. We don't talk about lights, but now we can look at the human rights credentials them of Salone under the Bayo-led administration for the past 8 years. Well, we talk about human rights, different things, and they come to play. We can talk to Alphonsus B.M. Bani, when an executive secretary, Human Rights Defenders Network Sierra Leone. Now then they for defend the people and human rights, and anytime when issues they pan thing we get for do with human rights, you go hear it from them. Well, good morning and welcome to the breakfast, Mr. Bani.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
We just discuss an issue we get for do with basic rights, same way people get right to electricity, rights for get social services and all of that. But before they can break them down, we want for can assess the human rights credentials them under the Bayo-led administration. We know a lot of policies they where some people go tell you say them policies and they just the parliament can just pass law, but we come to implementing a different story. But from una the human rights defenders, now una the tin up for people and human rights. Holistically, we just start first for let you just define first how you go describe the state of human rights currently under this administration.
Well, the state of human rights under this current administration, like a give and take, like a 50-50 situation. Let's talk for the good sides of us. In the Bayo-led government, we don't see who side they don't introduce progressive laws where they transform the human rights landscape in the country. And when I talk about progressive laws, now one will be the repeal of Part 5 of the Public Order Act of 1965, where we talk about seditious and criminal libel. We also see who side they expunge the death penalty, but that's also not a progressive law. Then we see the introduction of laws where they empower women, then strengthen the Sexual Offences Act, where now the issue of rape now almost a life imprisonment and sexual penetration, where because rape and sexual penetration will not become so rampant that if we not been get that kind of law, we see we got picking them future for them become very bleak. And we don't see a number of women-led laws again. We look at the land Customary Land Rights Act where they passed, where now women get rights for own property, we even own land. Then progressive laws where the government don't put with the 30% women representation. We don't see a number of women whether in parliament, whether in governance in this current government. Those laws then look progressive, and we think that be a very good move where they take as a government, where they ensure say we see women they also scale up their participation in governance, they enjoy their fundamental human rights, where it is very good. On the downside, where make I talk about also the issue of 50-50. Now, we're glad that they removed Part 5 of the Public Order Act of 1965, but they introduced the Cybersecurity and Crime Act, where also you don't remove one, they bring on one. You remove for not criminalize defamation and libel, but also you don't come with the Cybersecurity and Crime Act where they criminalize the same thing way you decriminalize on one area. So you know change the dynamics a little bit. We don't see the issue of the freedom of the press. Even the recent report don't show don't go down, and freedom of expression also it don't go down. It's not good, at least for the country equally. We don't see the introduction of the Counterterrorism Act, where Parliament don't pass and reliably inform that the president don't assent in signature to it. Even by the definition of a terrorist is so vague. The language inside that act is so broad that today SLPP go celebrate that they don't pass a law. When you meet up a government, you still remember there was a time when the former president, Dr. Ernest Microban, we all be know aware of this guy will be the corner Adamu Ize. When first I be APC, we will say if it turn again and then gather them, the counter. The Public Order Act of 1965, now SLPP been done, the late Albert Magai, because they were introduced to one party state, but not be able, they not be succeed, but the Public Order Act been there. So what government Ernest for talk to them, but Adamu Ize for make a release, and that if we say they may go put on by HC and the cells, it not been too good, it not be humane. And I remember, I still recall what the president tell me at that time, when he tell me what they talk to me. I say, well, yeah, they can't talk to me now for beg, for pull that man, what is it, even this guy, David Tambayo, where he been holding passport. Now he said the powers what the constitution give me. And not if you use 1/10 of it, and not begin cry foul. So when law bad, you meet somebody who will come in power, who will make use of those laws. A bad, it go see maintain for the day until they set them aside. There is no way they say it don't go implement them. So if you bring her introduce Counterterrorism Act, for now you dey in power, you don't think say you are protected by law, you are protected because you get power. That time when you left power, when you come out, now that time they another party will go in power, now they use where you go and talk for raise your voice, for begin talk, say no, this is not correct. They say that you are a terrorist. But this, the SLPP, they look at her from that angle. They look at her from an angle of strength that they are protecting themselves in power, and they will never last. No party, no, they will go in this country for 50 or 100 years. A practically impossible. There is no way, in fact, we will even get a one-party state, because we know what some of we go through when there was a one-party state. We'll move, we will come, with enough far for democracy, and so no, they even encourage anybody for begin think about one-party system in the country. So they make law way for protect anybody, whether you in power or not in power.
So the laws them with this current administration don't pass, how you can assess them in terms of thinking of protecting the citizens and human rights? You get the one way, like topic of debate right now, way gets for doing the state protection.
Yeah, you see, they do plenty thing good, but one bad thing. They overshadow all the good we don't do. President Bio in government, they don't put a lot of progressive laws. But 1 or 2, 3 laws there, they overshadow the entire good things where they don't ever do in their time. And go hunt them when they left power. Now the Cyber Security and Crime Act, the Counterterrorism Act, where they don't pass. That one, they get for hunt everybody, including them. And we they see continue for push. That there should be a review on the Cyber Security and Crime Act. There should be a review, an amendment on the Counterterrorism Act, and even this, what they call this special, something security. In fact, I began was it on Epic Radio? Me with one honorable, what did the legislative committee? They discussed this same issue of security.
State protection services.
Yes, state protection services, and I will make it very clear that there is no need for we establish another separate state security services. We just provide additional budget to the police, the recruits. You get a separate wing. Just like the Sierra Leone police, you get the FSU, you get the CDID, you get the counterterrorism unit, that TOKU, transnational something counterterrorism unit. You get the cyber security unit. You get the intelligence. So you get all the different units. Now the same way therefore don't do within the Sierra Leone police, they provide additional budget and give them. But for go establish a new act, forget an independent body, and that one day they will be supervised by office of the president, it becomes more political. So it doesn't serve the purpose. So any other opposition will think say, this is the taker for can't control me. So if you get an ex-president, then the city president can now they determine how the security therefore go to you, and they would say. So it don't create security. It also creates insecurity. It only creates security for incoming guests. But for say they provide security for ex-president or senior state officials, then when you then come up from the opposition side, there's no trust, because as we did now in this country, there's no trust between APC and SLPP. Either of them know they trust each other.
Also, the trust broken between the two.
Well, they're not working for Chewy, because the example that I will present, now I go suggest that they get a hidden team who don't know. And they give two examples. One example, they come out from the police angle. The other example is the judiciary. If you look at the Sierra Leone police, when SLPP be in opposition, they begin all type of adjectives they use for describe the Sierra Leone police. Worst, bad, unprofessional, you name everything. When APC be in power, they get all type of description where they give out to the Sierra Leone police as one of the best force now this sub-region, even in the world. Now, baton can change. APC lost power, they're going in opposition. SLPP can win the day in governance. And the one of the man will be the so describe the Sierra Leone police. Now, president can put also for can say let he can manage the Sierra Leone police. When I be Lawrence Lima. The man will be the condemned. Now they can't talk and say the Sierra Leone police are a professional force. So what he make in opposition, the police become bad or not the worst. But when they in governance, not the best. So now the same thing with the APC. Police not be the best. When they come in governance, not the worst. Why? We're not get that answer. Now therefore tell we there's a hidden truth we make they know they trust themselves. Either in the youth state or institution there for suppress the citizens. That's the one way we can just so but what we know is then they use the state institution. That is what we know. But the answer to it, that trust, now they get for established to we why they not trust themselves. Take the issue of the judiciary, even the ECSL. Now give scenarios on the ECSL. Now Chijankaba in time. Remember where they appoint Christian Atop, not so. When they appoint Christian Atop, they are other win, not to APC. Now APC time, they bring Onfa Ali Conte. Onfa Conte conduct election. Other win, not to SLPP. Now SLPP continue and they bring Cornell. Now they don't bring Edmond Alpha. Now these two parties, this one they condemn, say this not for wrong, this not for wrong. But at this same institution they use, what it make them get, they not trust the system? Is it because they know how they can manipulate the system? Now therefore tell we just then at the back, we don't know what's in at the whole halala for this ECSL. We don't know what's in at the halala on the judiciary. You hear me? We see when the 2023 election done, APC gets issues on the elections. Fijila Kamala would not be former attorney general. He say, let the party go to court. The party say they don't trust the court. But wait, this same court will not trust. Now the same court where President Anes Barkoma be the way he sack vice president. He go na court, when I use the same court where the court talk say yes, the president may get rights for sacking vice president. Why you not trust the court again at this present time? So the issue of trust, now then they get for explain to me why they not trust each other and why did they transfer that dishonesty among themselves to state institutions? The answer is they get up. But we just they look at the circumstances which surround the context at which the situation may happen at that time. Nowadays for justify say indeed there's a problem. So the citizen are caught up in between them two individuals there when the APC and some people. Of course, we are caught up. We are caught up. In fact, now we deal like I don't know how they call it, but like say a court. Anybody where sabi court or law take society, secret society. And one day you say they go see possible inside society. They go publicly for go condemn in society, more like them man society there. You never read that. So now court, so it don't result to faith. So even when they do bad, then they talk say yes, it's good. Right now, if you go individually, collectively, you go meet SLPP man, then call, don't enter. Then go tell you how did they suffer. But when you can't have for the whole say, go say half or do. Now we party. They don't get man go out for go condemn, say no, SLPP, what you do so not correct. Now the same thing with APC. So when the party, even they go wrong, they talk, say, no, this is not correct. How for do now with party? So that don't make the system don't become like a cult. And then two parties don't hold the country to ransom.
For many people, if you ask currently, then will tell you say the economic and social rights don't be violated in different aspects. But from all the defenders, inside the past 8 years, what you go highlight as major human rights violations we don't happen as salon under this administration?
Major, now the right to respectable living. Now the major of human rights violation and the right to a respectable living. Nine know they. Nine lucky. I hear somebody they talk while they under. Say even when they're very small, they're not able to cook, they cook and they say now half no more than they cook because they don't able to cook for preserve the food. Some people then they have small money they hold it, they cook plus that's what they take them 2-3 days. Because of the economy. That one game policy, the minimum wage now, I think like 1,000 or 1,000. Not a conservative figure like 1,200. How they live inside 1,000? Lord take a conservative figure of 3 families. The mommy, the pa, and maybe 2 pikin there. Lord say 4. The pikin they get for go school. You get for pay transport. They get for sick medical. You get for pay housing. Right now, we go talk about house rent. When you go for women's house, they begin charging in dollar. And when they say for pay, they say pay monthly. They say pay for 1 year. Some they say they even ask you for pay for 2 years. They pay you monthly. How you expect for generate that money for go pay for that 1 year or 2 years rent when you receive your money on a monthly basis? So how they able to take from that money for even address the issue of transportation, the issue of medical, the issue of education? They say education is free, but then after 15 the way they take na school for picking them, you calculate it don't amount to what say. The 1 bag rest and 750 loans that country so the government in the set 750 loans. If they receive 1,200, you put 750 loans for buy 1 bag rest. What you don't left? What you go use for buy plazas? One per day. If you want just become a conservative person, per day, 200 euros not sufficient for somebody for cook a well-balanced plazas. Because 1 pound beef alone now 80 euros, 90 euros, sometimes 100 euros, 1 pound. You go get 1 fish someday, 1 great fish, they take 70 euros. So you buy no more fish and beef, you don't know how you go get your pepper, how you go get your maggi, how you go get your yabas. All that in there. So in the final say, the right to respectable living. Now one of the rights the way don't be violated. And this associates to the economic, social, and cultural rights.
How you can describe the present day Sierra Leone in terms of citizens then living right now, currently?
No, it was very challenging. Very challenging. With all due respect to the government, when they push these feeds alone, you want to say, but it really very challenging. Very challenging. The cost of living high. Things they go up. Well, petrol business they up yonder. So all that they tell on the livelihood of the citizens. So the living condition is very high and very challenging.
Is the government aware of these things?
Yeah, government are aware of the economic situation. The only thing is that now how they respond for fixer? Now the confusion.
How you can assess the response so far?
The response is very slow, and now more we will not get a long-term response. Now a quick fix. Now put your situation. Now we will not get a long-term strategy for address the issue of economic, social, and cultural rights as a country, because the one they were in governance, then deliberately refuse for say law hold them accountable.
Why? Because
when you hold them accountable,
governance, the citizens are supposed to hold you accountable. That is part of the social contract we sign with them.
Of course. But when you hold them accountable for economic, social, and cultural rights, that the only side they will say they escape. That make, if we constitution make them very clear that when government fail for give housing, education, health, you hold them accountable. Believe me, a number of people know they go into politics. A number of them know they go to politics. When they go there because I like you not eat for 20 years. You know, you hold them accountable. One or two go begin talk. Me right for talk. Me right for vote. Me right for this. This woman right. They don't see that in a court. But for that road, that transportation, that electricity, that education, that make they do anything fata because we not hold them accountable. The day will they put and kudos to the late Justice Kawan because they make that aspect of the constitution they recommend that it for be just disabled. The two parties they kick her out because now they enjoy themselves. They don't care. Now the principle of our turn to eat, now they get. Today na SFVP, now they don't talk for it. If tomorrow APC can win back, now they turn for it. So the people they continue for language at the expense of their own interest and benefit. Because we not hold them accountable for economic, social, and cultural rights. Until you put them into a constitution. And even the current constitution when they go through, they don't even go near this. We then bring down the camp, say, we for hold the government accountable. Believe you me, we see a change in pattern of politicians in the way they respond to governance system in this country.
All right, so you still watch the breakfast show, and who they talk to Alfonso Gbani, who they look at human rights credential them under the bio-led administration. They talk about the things them way they violate citizens' their human rights. Earlier, before you come meet up, they talk about electricity. We don't become very stressful for citizens, and I'm sure yourself they go through some of them challenges. Then you talk about water. You do survey now on a free tongue, you go find out say the number of cities where they get pipe running water and they host them. The number cool, Alfonso.
Now that make I tell you, if we hold them accountable for economic, social, and cultural rights, but could not they go into governance? You see, we don't just done 65 years as a country. This city, Freetown, they get a population will be there below the current one now what they get right now. Any responsible government will get the Ministry of Water Resources, like how get there so. so. They do projection, they anticipate say in the next 5 or 10 years, the population of this community go there by 50% growth. So if the population of the community go there by 50% growth, we for prepare water system where they address this 50% growth. That we don't get what we refer to as generational planners and thinkers. We don't get them. Now what happen no more today, and so can do and quick. The capacity of the city they don't grow. The users of electricity don't increase. But yet ETSA not expand and strengthen the grid and the entire system. Guma Valley not even prepare for make sure say they do construct a number of reservoirs where they take water so that at the peak of dry season people they get water. All day. Even the small pump there, instead of increase in pumps, pipe-borne water, now butter they increase every year. Then butter, then yellow butter, then 5 gallon butter. Go look now, by then 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's see picking the way they did in the streets. And God picking some of them and then period they now they expose themselves. The government still blind. They know, but they're blind to reality because if you go down the streets, we have an office there, down this Kiama road, over way cross. Now they go Valley and they go take water. They go supply. Go give government, businesses, the poor man they struggle for get the water. We they struggle for get the water. We done 65 years. The city not able to boast for say people you go down their house, you open your tap, water they go on the car, will be there where the colonial ambassador. They may I remember in the 60s. Me house. The pump they open and they wash. When they work at them drinking one pump, they go you work on the street, they go you put you drink water on the streets. Now they're not there.
So how did we get here?
Now it's our turn to eat because we know they hold them accountable for economic, social, and cultural rights. That's the whole thing. Now the bottom line now. Until the constitution will change up for hold politicians accountable for economic, social, and cultural rights. There is no way they will ever able to address the issue of economic, social, and cultural rights. Because now they know whether they use for escape, enrich themselves, and deprive the people of the benefits of the resources of this country.
Whilst calling for that changing of the constitution, what thing you go say about free speech?
Free speech, now they will done the issue of civil and political rights. Now they will not enjoy. Now they will not see what the whole government is accountable. You see, the tax the government them for make what say people they challenge the president on a number of issues. But when you look at the issue of the Cyber Security and Crime Act, now you realize there has been some challenges. Because when the government removed Part 5 of the Public Order Act of 1965, where the issue of they criminalize seditious libel and defamation. Now they pull and come out. But when you come, the cyber security, you talk about now what is it, online trolling, online bullying, cyber, just all that things the way they do. We believe that part 5 of the Public Order Act, now then bring about and can introduce into the Cyber Security and Crime Act. Why we appreciate the Cyber Security and Crime Act, law not talks in the totality, it be bad. But the language and the way how they interpret them, it don't cause government for making restrict the freedom of expression. Because we know say cyber the online platform, people don't begin to misuse it now. We will also condemn that one day. But it don't necessarily mean say because of the few they misuse them, if I make the majority where they use that platform for reach out to the public, for raise their voices, for share information, for criticize government, therefore also become a target under the Cyber Security and Crime Act. Because the moment they begin to criticize government, they interpret it in a different way. Now only government, when government they tell you the truth. When you speak the truth to government, they say the insight. When they tell you the truth, they say na justice. When you lie to government, they tell you na fellow, na perjury. The when they lie by you, they tell you na politics. That's unfair treatment of politicians as against the citizens of this country.
So with the citizens then going through all of this, they see government official and traveling overseas, say, then they go present human rights credential them.
Of course. That is a normal routine. Even some of the rogue states, and they still go present the what is it, dynamic will get alternative reports from civil society, from international organizations, from the diplomatic community, from UN agencies. Then they also submit some alternative reports to the government report where they help the Human Rights Council for which government they go because it gets an international obligation. Mm-hmm. So you just go talk, you report card about what they do. And so with dynamic we see the government recently they go Geneva for go present the state of human rights through the Universal Periodic Review mechanism, the Human Rights Council in Geneva Day. And so they present a number of things. And we see they even take a bold step for even criminalize the issue of FGM for underage picking them. When parliaments go through the pull up, that will be a very bold step. Nobody not talk say criminalize FGM in totality, but criminalize FGM for picking them below the age of 18. Believe me, Ade Makeni, this past Sunday now I come. I go Makeni on Thursday last week. When I enter inside Makeni, 2-year-old picking them, then just pull them come out from Bono society. Then they go and dance with them. If really with parliamentarians, they believe in the culture of tradition. They believe say this issue, this society, like traditional issue, and they get the conviction that this society will be a way for prepare with young girls and for womanhood, for their homes, for going to a marital home, who believe in that one day. Why did they allow? They sit down, they see, they initiate 2-year-old picking, 3-year-old picking. We not sabi anything but household issues. We not sabi anything about even womanhood. Yet they kick against the bill where the ministry been pushed. It felt so hard, they get a lot of consultation that law will not allow this thing for picking. But yet, with legislative house, them boast for go talk, say, no, this is our tradition. I wonder what they mean by tradition. If the tradition, where they try for protect now, well, years back, it did the years and months. Now, the what is now 2 days or 3 days, is that tradition. If that same tradition don't change, with parliamentarians not reasonable enough for make them change their mentality for say, oh no, if that tradition don't change, it will not take 7 years or 10 years now on the bush. Will not they take they not they use speaking there, but now will they take 2 days or 3 days and will they bring up speaking there? Why will not go change for talk say no, they will not put speaking there again into this society? If that is his tradition, then the tradition is not a tradition again.
Which major grey areas then you go identify where you think say need for be worked on if Salone for boast say in terms of human rights, government really they protect people and human rights then?
The major side are the economic, social and cultural rights. We are doing well with the civil and political rights because the whole government accountable. We see areas where the government been banned pregnant girls for go school. We see where they're taking them to the ECOWAS court. There's a judgment in it. Even the Ebola survivors, you see where they're taking them. The whole government accountable. The civil and political rights, we don't do a lot of improvements, a lot of things a day. We don't witness a free transfer of power from an incumbent party to an opposition. Well, it's very fair. But the biggest threat and challenge that the economic, social, and cultural rights. Now they will do more. We will do plenty. On the civil and political rights, we shall do a lot of emphasis for change. Now on the issue of the judiciary. How justice for be handed down to the citizens. We dey see situation in this current context where lawyers and judges, some judges, we get a number of judges we get credibility, where they do extremely well in the dispensation of justice. We have few where they even connive with lawyers for deny people with justice, for even connive with people for do broad day robbery on people their land and property. So that area the judiciary need for step up. We don't say the previous chief justice and this current one, they don't do a lot, even for take the appeals court to the people, go down, go meet the people and for begin do hearings. There is not able effort. But you know, you go do there this are the joy people like say you will take the horse now water. Now the water side for drink, but you the force for drink. The chief justice go do a lot of transformation on the hard components. At least make sure say they get equipment, furnish the place, the environment for the court is very conducive and everything, provide the necessary thing there for what itself, and also increases the salaries of the judges and magistrates or the bench in particular. But that judge what she done, that magistrate what she done, for give judgment. Now in your conscience, so not to the chief justice again for go dictate. So that soft components, the judges they go for look at now the only institution will not answerable to the president. They only answerable to the constitution. But I wonder, how many of you judges and magistrates will they really look at the constitution and give the poor person a judgment based on the facts which they before her and the law which it interpret?
Mr. Gbanilo, look at priorities. The governments in this one and the previous one and don't really prioritize the citizens and human rights.
No, I'm not go, I cannot subscribe to that. Both previous and present governments, what did they prioritize? Now they own how you call it, the so-called manifesto, where even the manifesto 20% of them, they're not even accomplish and what they tap they done. So now the manifesto, they look at their political interests. Because in this country, we'll not get even a national development plan. Because when you get a national development plan, you only count with political party, we one can win governance. Now from that national development plan, the priorities already decided, they follow for look at how you run the governance system. But then they look at now, say, think of anything. You can this is my own vision. Now they can put. You don't see who said Chijan Kabab in time when they be late blessed memory. Where be they don't so be get to refer to as PRSP. When President Ernest Bai Komaka, what you get not to PRSP, you know, now agenda for change, agenda for prosperity. So in the final say the political party interest, how they vision the country, now they follow. Not to how watching the people they want. The manifesto na party manifesto. Not that your political party and then come out with the manifesto. So which means in the final say, if members of the opposition not the part of them, so not to for the country. Now then plan for them your party say that this one for do as a party. Even the opposition when they prepare the manifesto when they go into election, now then your party caucus and they sit down they look saying that this one for do. So we'll not get a national plan with the advice and what the guide any successive government for say, hey, now this now with priority for the next 50 years. We'll not get them. And because we'll not get them, we'll live in quick fix. That manifesto, that man they can't say they can't make for me the next 5 years, this I for can do. They put like why not what you said there? Where you not going to achieve all. You go do some. They will get the government big five changes. See, don't put premium per education. If they see they do small per feed Sierra Leone. So everything are half. So it's
So
not
how
good.
the absence of national plan, how it affects development?
Well, it really affects development because when you see statistics Sierra Leone don't prepare, they don't do their census. That data for inform the government as to how for prepare a development plan. But most of the political parties don't they even consult statistics data for even develop their manifestos. Then just they sit down. Now this one for do for the next 5 years. What kind of power? And so because of that, the manifesto when they get, they rhyme with statistical data. Because then get a general view. And until they begin to link up statistical data, where donor partners they look at that data, they say, okay, now so say for camp. Then when you get a development framework, 50-year development plan, where donor in the camp, not to the party manifesto that they look at now, because it is the development plan. So that party where they come, we don't say, Sierra Leone don't talk say, for the next 5 years, inside this 50-year plan, for the next 5 years, we want to make sure say the road network in Sierra Leone is very good. So any party where they contest that elections, then they focus on road construction. So it don't become a priority. It don't become a matter of must. So if you don't do another, they kick you out. So once the country don't get that kind of plan, that long-term plan, the parties they know where they come, they make now their manifesto, pull them from that development plan and present them. Say now this I can do this. Now me your strategy what they use for achieve that goal we don't put inside with national development plan for achieve road networks in the next 5 years. But then they know they, and so it become challenging. So how they do with development strategies, now quick fix development strategies. When they see the issue, when the issue come, we begin plan. That's how they fight them because we're not already planning for the next 20 years. We're not planning for the next 50 years. Today, from where we man them, when the Chinese they left, I remember in the early 70s, late 80s, you go to Rolako, the Chinese farm, Rolako, Makeni. That place them they harvest rice 3 times for the year. Go to Makali. Na Kodike Barina. Them they harvest, they from the under. Water they come every year irrigation day. From where that system they come out. Unable. Because we not make a sustainability strategy of addressing agriculture in this country for the next 20 or 30 years. What you will get, the strategy you will get for addressing agriculture, now a quick fix 5 years on from the political lens. Not from the development perspective. As a nation. Now what you mean party, me own party A, Bani party, what I feel for can address agriculture, now they bring her at national level. So then they make the development, they stagnate. And that make they don't agree for me to hold them accountable. Because if I not get rest on my table, then you know hold me accountable for that to my own business.
So, Mr. Agbani, now that we're having this conversation to the build-up of the next general election, so it will be 2028, what's in the citizen then for prioritize?
What you mean they tell people that what we get for the Start Young campaign, engaging people. Let the election be an election of a constitutional rights. If you not there in that constitution for talk say you economic, social and cultural life will be just disabled, then government here, APC, SLPP not prepare for change anything in this country. Mark what I tell you. There is no way that they change anything in this country. All what they change now the economic and financial status. Then they change as politicians. The benefits, including parliamentarians. Now what should they go get for get money? Right now, should they talk? They almost they finish for go ahead the process for get an additional 2 districts. That is in their own interest, not in the interest of the people of this country. APC can put 2 more districts from 14 to 16. SLPP say, okay, what you make 2? Me say they can't make 2. Let's only make 2. But they can't go now from 16 to 18 districts. This is for their own interest. They don't get any development strategy. The council they first will get. Take now, except by today or yesterday, they say, because what you mean, most of the councils, they don't even get the first quarter subvention of this year. Most councils. Now we can't add again 2 additional districts there. When 2 additional councils.
So where is government spending the monies? This is the question.
Well, Daniel, I tell you, inside government, I'm not going to know. So if you go difficult for make, I will tell you. The only thing we know is that government are responsive to the economic, social, and cultural needs of the people of this country. If they're responsive, therefore make economic, social, and cultural rights justiciable.
Now, we the people and all the demand for them, or then just not they take the people and serious?
No, I don't think that it comes. The supporters of SLPP, even though they struggle right now, half of do now a party, no beer. They not go ever talk say where you going to market. They know they ask you where you going to market for go buy that fish. You know SLPP or APC can't show you party there before it's you. The same cost where they buy that fish, that APC man, the same cost they buy, the same cost SLPP man they buy. But yet, because now the party, they buy right now SLPP policy they go the grumble no more. Now for the party. The one that will grumble will just only be now the opposition and the independent people they will not inside party. So you don't find out say they not agree for whole until it become law. Then it force them for engage for tell them say no, we not need for do something. But because it not become binding, na progressive realization as and when they think say they for do am, then they go do am. That make they not care. And so that means they do anything they feel for do. That moment it become binding, legally binding on the state or the government for say economic, social, and cultural is justiciable. My sister, my culture is exceptional.
You make
Boku man, then they go into politics.
You make mention of something important. Say currently SLPP supporters them go they struggle with the system, they suffer, but they don't get mind talk because not empathy.
Of
so
course.
citizens don't become loyal to political parties than their own interest.
Yes, of course. Now like the issue of we don't become political slaves, don't be political supporters, because now a slave, now the only person when they tell a master the truth. When you are a political slave, you don't ever tell you boss your party say no, this is what they do it wrong. When you're a political supporter, you open your mouth and say no, this is not correct. You try and openly, you talk and publicly. Go now the south and the east. Who shall say this are SLPP they're stronghold. As you begin talk about everybody sit down 30 months, no can begin what is so have love party, no beer and so. That's what they will tell you. So they don't care about the pain when they suffer. It's just because that the party they power, it gives them courage. Than the suffering when they suffer, when they go through, for even raise their family, for even meet the ends, the economic ends of their day-to-day lives, for even get job, for first even this current drug pandemic. We don't tumble na throat now. In fact, I didn't all man don't go now for going to drugs because then they give you quick money. All man desperate for get money and drug they count quick money. So it don't become so rampant. All the diseases done in this country, kush, don't jump inside. Drugs don't inside. Now every now and then they have cocaine, they don't hold cocaine, they don't hold this cocaine, they don't hold that one day. Because the country don't almost become a drug country. And any country with poverty don't look a little bit endemic. And they see the people then desperate for get money. The desperation, they lead them for do something extraordinary. And that's what they lead to.
Is the government worried about this?
I'm afraid. I not see sign for say the government worried about drugs. And they talk out all sincerity of purpose. Because once I see where government be worried, the two successive government, the two government, from the APC government at that time and this current SLPP, probably because of a global pandemic. When Ebola been there, we see how the government respond, how they put resources to the Ministry of Health for address the issue of Ebola. Coronavirus under SLPP, we see how the government puts a lot of emphasis when they declare emergency. This is they put resources. But mind you, President Bio declare Kush as an emergency situation. Ask how much resources they don't put to the institution where they fight against drugs. Ask whether they don't commit resources, whether they don't strengthen that institution. That don't tell you say the government itself not to focus on the fight against drugs. Because if they demonstrate them, not only declare it as an emergency, but the resources where they commit to them, both financial, technical, it don't really say you are committed to the fight against drugs. But we're not seeing it. And worst of all, the allegation what they suggest that a wanted drug lord deal within the first family. It don't tell we say there is a slow response by the government. And whether they lead the government or the president. If the president is very slow for release somebody, and what you want to know, and they talk about all fairness to the current president, Madabio, a sacrifice for this country. He almost gave his life for this country. I don't see any reason why Madabio no go look at that sacrifice we do during the war for this country. We no go sacrifice one person for the sake of Mama Salon, as if we don't do it during the war. We will all appreciate. We will give that credit, that credit today. And today, some of we hold up to higher sin for that kind of sacrifice we do. I think it needs to step up and think back as a soldier who don't sacrifice for this nation. Let it do the same thing for one person. Let not destroy the future of this country. Right now, Kush, it don't become so rampant. Drugs. So the future of this country will be now attached to drugs issues. If we're not very careful, not only now for fight the drugs, now for fight against the crime associated to drugs, kidnapping, assassination, killings, denting and all. Those are the crimes what they associate to drug issues. And the future of this country is threatened. And I think Madabio get a responsibility. As it been demonstrated during the war, and they send a special appeal to the president. We don't say he can do it. Demonstrate now, as he been doing at the time, when your life will be put on the forefront for this nation. Let's do it back for this time on the issue of drugs.
All right, thank you, Alfonso. We join with this morning for can talk about human rights and other general issues them. And we hope say the authority them way concern from this last part of the conversation. Osai Alfonso the appeal say President Leone need for step up and let go this particular individual where the Dutch government believes say is still the Sierra Leone and they don't ask for extradite them go now the Netherlands for go serve in jail time for different drug related crime there. Many thanks for you joining me this morning. A pleasure for get you at the program. We'll now go end this edition of the Breakfast Show. Many thanks to the entire production team. We support we for bringing this edition come to you. Mina Khadija Bangwadi say have a good day.
All right. Well, till we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a lovely day and goodbye.
Watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.